And as I'm breaking stuff up, I look over towards first base and I see Don Zimmer laying on the ground. And so I didn't know what had happened. I thought he might have had a heart attack. And so I ran over there and I grab him and I have him, he's like on my knee. I pick his head. I'm like, Zim, you all right? What happened? And he's going, Pedro hit me.
Almost, hey, almost almost.
Welcome to Almost Athletes with Dude Perfect, a Wave original. Follow the show on all social media at Almost Athletes. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube or listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Garrett.
I'm Spark. Sorry, I was a little delayed there.
All right, and Jackson.
What's up, guys?
Welcome, dude.
That's
Are you
not
sick?
good. Yeah.
You all right?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Man, I'm honestly surprised that I'm in the chair, dude. I kind of thought I got replaced there for a second.
Really? I'm kind of
No, I didn't. I didn't think that. I will go ahead and set the record straight, though. Last week on the pod, you mentioned that I was in New Zealand with my family.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is correct.
What part did I mess up?
I was not with my family.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Who were you with?
Yeah, it was a golfing trip, and Kristen listened to the pod and she was like, oh, you're going to, paint. I was like, look, I didn't tell Sparky to say that.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, just a golfing trip. A little 9-dayer with the boys. Loved every minute of it.
Yeah, we had the outdoor boys on, and somehow the New Zealand trip got brought up, and I mentioned that I'm not even a scenes guy. Like, I don't really seek out mountaintops or waterfalls, things of that nature. And New Zealand was like breathtaking for a non-scene
most beautiful
guy.
country.
Most beautiful place I've ever been.
And that's not knocking anywhere else. Yep. It's just, when they discovered New Zealand, it's like they won the lottery.
Right.
It was a good choice.
Like
to go and settle
nature was in their favor on that one.
Oh yeah. It's like a better version of Hawaii.
Yeah, better version of Chicago as well. I bet your schedule is flipped because that Disney trip, I will never forget the J-lag that came with that trip, man. About 3 days after, I was like, oh man, I didn't even get hit by it, and then I couldn't operate. All my engine lights were on.
Yeah, when I got home, I got 90 minutes of sleep for 2 days.
90 minutes of sleep. Let's do the math there. So that's about 45. Yeah, you're missing some. You're due some sleep. I was telling them I signed up for golf Saturday morning. Had a great time. It was fun, but we had a crazy work week, man. That was loaded to the gills.
Yeah, it's a good one to miss, to be honest with you. I saw all the filming
that was
that y'all were
smart.
doing.
That was really good planning by you.
I was on hole 10 and just looking at that. And
you know what it felt like? It felt like a veteran who was missing training camp because you're like, I've been there, done that. I don't need to be at training camp.
I want to be more. I want to be a veteran. We'll get to veterans in training camp later on. What do we got coming up, Sparks?
A really fun episode. Yankees legend Andy Pettitte is here to talk about his legendary career and his love for the outdoors. The outdoor boys, Jared, Josh, and Ty will join for that. We're going to catch up on all the latest NBA and NHL playoff action. But first, the NFL draft is in the books, and we've got thoughts.
Well, first off, I want to just make sure Jackson had a good weekend. How was your weekend,
He
dude?
wasn't drafted.
Yeah, I didn't get drafted.
So that was a bummer. We really thought the Texans in the 6th or 7th were going to take a flyer on them.
So
that was...
it was a tough.
It was your broad jump or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't measure out. It actually probably was the race against Graham.
Yeah.
It wasn't the facial hair?
It could have been that.
What do you this is
can we
new,
talk
man.
about the facial hair?
This is new up here,
I didn't know
dude.
you.
Sure.
With all due respect, I didn't know you could do that.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know you were capable.
To be honest, I didn't know I could do it either. I'm kind of just like letting it run. I had noticed like it was coming in a little bit quicker than usual. And I was like,
Man,
like it's
dude,
talking to me right now.
You finally hit puberty?
No, I don't know if I've hit puberty yet, but I'm just like, if it feels like it's like, let me grow a little bit. I'm like, okay, I got you.
This is the first time?
Yeah, so I've let it grow for like a week and a half now, just kind of letting it rise.
Man, I go to New Zealand and I come back to this and I'm like, what are we doing?
It's
Can
crazy.
you imagine that combined with the frosted tips?
Oh,
That's too much. A little too much.
Cody was there. Cody did that.
You're not like just fermenting or anything.
What does that mean?
You're not dying or anything.
Oh, like dye my
Yeah.
face? No,
Okay,
it's real stuff.
Are you taking any
You're trying too hard.
Rogaine or anything yet?
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
But
that's
I mean,
good,
I can.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
When I was your age, dude, I was already like halfway through the hair loss phase, dude.
I know. Like the kids had to like shave in school nowadays. For us, it was like, well, I just wish you could add some already.
So Jackson, do you know if you're going to lose your hair?
I have no clue.
I think you got a good head of hair, dude.
I guess
I think
we'll
you're good.
find out.
You're good for at least a couple years.
Yeah, for sure. Your bloodline though doesn't have a history of.
Mine didn't.
What
Yours
is
didn't?
it? Is it
No,
like
dude.
my mom's dad?
I
or
wouldn't
something?
worry about it. I think it's the processed food you eat. So,
Really?
and stress. Personally, that's what I think. You can kind of get into this genetic thing.
I think it's stress.
I think it's stress straight up. I'm a stressful human being.
Sure. Ever since I joined Dude Perfect, stress levels increased, hair
Decreased.
It's weird how that
Yes.
works. It happens fast.
Stress.
Too.
How do you- how do
Dude,
you-
you had a good weekend. That's all I needed to know.
How
It was
do
a
you
long
lower the stress then? If it's
That's a great question.
Does
that's
it just
isn't
that
that
you
the golden
can't,
meditate,
question?
baby.
so if it's due to stress, then it's like it's cooked. Your hair's just cooked because I don't even know how you lower stress.
Well,
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. When you said cooked, I thought of food for a second. but
Yeah.
you use cook like
Yeah,
a bad.
it's
It's a
wraps.
negative. Yeah, it's wraps.
I also just had a ton of the DNA wasn't working out for me.
Really?
And yeah, and sadly, I let my grandpa, father, everybody lost their hair by like 40, and nobody's 6 foot. And my parents actually let me believe that I was going to be 6 foot with a head full of hair.
Man.
So I set myself up. Just I would assume that you're going to have the sunroof open in a couple of years. That way, when it happens, you're not as, you know what I mean? It doesn't hurt as much.
So yeah, you got to experiment with all these looks while you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, experiment with the looks. Also,
You're in the test drive phase.
here's the deal that I just never took advantage of when I was a kid, and I can't do it anymore. Visor. I would rock some visors when you
Really?
can, dude. Can't rock a visor now.
You could.
I could. That
It's
would be a
heck of a
wild look, dude.
That
That
sounds like a wheel spin, like to go out with a visor on a sunny day and not be able to
Yeah.
apply SPF on your head.
It's just
That's
red.
wheel spinny.
Well,
Yeah.
look, if you guys have any thoughts on Jackson's new look, hair, facial hair,
Let me know. I probably
Carhartt
won't.
t-shirt, whatever, just send us a voicemail. We'll take stylistic tips.
Take all the
Anything you
tips.
got,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Jackson will too. All right, dude, let's talk NFL.
Yeah, the draft, man.
As I've gotten older, I've grown to love the draft more.
Really?
I don't know why. Never was a fan of it growing up. Didn't really care. I love the draft now.
I do too. I will say I have one major qualm with the draft, and I cannot stand when the pick is in, and then we got to get our TV money and stuff. It
Yeah.
goes to commercial, and then all of a sudden
Sure.
your pick has been in for 7 minutes.
Sure.
You could speed up the process.
That's why
but
it
it is
pays
amazing
to have
what it's
friends in high places that might know the pick before.
Oh, you're getting pick info?
Maybe.
See, I don't have pick info guys, man.
Maybe.
I used to have Jerry's number, but I lost it.
Yeah, I just think it's and maybe it's because I'm more invested in college football, and so I know a lot more. I know a lot more of these players, and hey, dude, it's cool. It's the best day of their life.
Oh yeah, that's definitely cool to watch at the screen. Watch the
Even if you're in the
parents.
7th round, it's still the best day of their
Oh
life.
heck yeah! I don't know what that feeling's like.
No, I know. I've never gotten a call that I
I
was
had my
wanted
ringer
by a
on.
professional
You
sports
had your
team.
ringer on?
Yeah, just in case.
So
You
did
never
I.
know.
Yeah.
You know, when Arizona comes calling, what would be your least favorite team to be drafted by? Could be because of the city,
Well,
the team.
it's got to be Cleveland because the city.
Really?
Dude, the jerseys are fire.
Dude, I love the team. I'm just saying, living in Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's a large ask.
What about living in Baltimore? I feel like living in Baltimore.
That's also a good one. That's also another one that's just
I'd
But
say
the
like
Ravens are fire.
Green
They are.
Bay for me.
cold.
Yeah.
cold
Dude, there's
weather
absolutely
football.
nothing in Green Bay.
You don't want to be a guy that's at Arizona or Arizona State that gets drafted to Green Bay.
Bay.
That is a
Welcome to the
dude,
NFL moment.
could you imagine going to ASU and then now you're just going to
you're
All of a
freezing.
sudden you wake
and
up and you're in
you can't be
Lambeau.
the guy that like wears all the cold. Like you got to go out there and act like you're a
Totally.
man in front of your teammates.
Packer tradition.
It's tough, dude.
All right, boys, we're going to look at the NFL draft and talk about 3 teams we loved and 1 team's draft that we loathed. Deal?
Love it. Well, I'll tell you what I loved about the draft. How about was that Mark Ingram's kid? Or was it like just a random fan that basically went up there and was like, Pitt still stinks? You know what I'm
In
talking
Pittsburgh?
about? Yeah, he's and they did the Baltimore pick.
Uh-huh.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was
Behind enemy lines.
That was the best, dude. That was crazy. I don't know if it was his kid or not, but that was.
Yeah,
And
it's
he's like,
bold.
if you have beef with it, come at me, bro. That was great.
He
dude.
wanted all the smoke in Pittsburgh. I hope he got
So I
home
love
safely.
that. But you were saying just
Sure.
what teams did, loved or loathed.
Who wants to go first? Actually, I'll go first.
Sure.
And I'll start right here at home. Dallas Cowboys love their draft, man. And,
I did too.
Many years I don't say that, but the value they got at 11, traded up 1 pick to get old Caleb
See,
Downs.
I disagree with you about many years. There's really only been 1 year, maybe two in there that I have disagreed with Dallas's first round pick.
Yep.
And that is taking Taco over TJ.
Taco
Yes.
Fall?
No, not Taco Fall. He didn't play for the Cowboys.
Oh.
Taco Charlton.
But that other than that, dude, they have nailed the O-line.
Yeah.
They've been a really good first round
Drafting
draft team
team.
for a long
It
time.
actually amazes me the Cowboys haven't had better teams just based off the fact that
And
you're
I
saying
don't
they've
feel like
drafted so
Jerry
well.
gets the credit for that. Like,
Yeah.
look, Jerry wears every other thing, but like they never give him the credit. He's pretty much been nails.
You go back
Yeah.
to 2010, the Dallas Cowboys have drafted a lot of Hall of Fame guys, like Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick,
Yeah,
Zach,
like-
Leighton Vander Esch, who unfortunately got his career
Zach
shortened by
Martin.
injury. Zach Martin. They have. They're
Like,
right.
I mean,
You're
it's-
right. It actually
they've
amazes me they
nailed
haven't been better.
They've nailed the
Well,
first round. Not saying the end rounds, but the first round.
Sure. And
they've been pretty good.
Garrett, you can probably say the same for this year, too.
He's a gold
'Cause
jacket guy.
Downs at 11. We were joking with Scott Hansen, you know.
And even Scott was like, I mean, that would be unreal if he fell to y'all. I don't know why he fell to us. I don't know if he interviewed bad or whatever, but
they had the one like knee issue that teams had. He was banged up there late in his career at Ohio State. And then there was just a run of offensive players who went, but for him to fall into your hands, big deal. And then I like what they did there at 23 too, picking up the high ceiling UCF kid, the Lawrence kid. And they've had success with drafting edge rushers with the last name Lawrence. You look at DeMarcus Lawrence at Boise State.
Did you see the clip of Malik Neighbors' reaction
yes,
to
I saw that, dude.
us drafting
Downs.
Caleb Downs?
It tells you everything you need to
Yeah.
know right
He's
there.
like, I
Well, 'cause
don't want to play
one of his
against
peers
Because he
It's
him.
just
played
like,
against him at LSU.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, oh, no, I got to play him 2 times a year.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll start off Arizona. I loved Arizona's draft.
Okay.
They got Jeremiah
is
Love.
great. Yeah, Love's going to be,
Love
I think
me.
Love's going to be a fantastic,
Yeah.
NFL back.
Yeah.
I think his game correlates into NFL really well. And
Okay.
then they also got some good O-line people.
Yeah.
well,
But
they've
they needed-
struggled. I mean, I
they
kind of
needed-
feel bad for Kyler because they never really had, they got the pieces there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive weapons. It's just they didn't have a lot of upfront protection.
No.
Yeah, you see that across the board a lot in the NFL. And they took Carson Beck, too.
Yeah.
You pro Carson Beck?
I think Carson Beck's going to be a good.
Do you really?
I do.
I don't. I think
I
the
also think Garrett's going to be
Garrett
really good.
Nussmeier.
Mhm.
I get that he has your name, but that does not give you the precedent to just say he's going to be a good
All right,
quarterback
dude.
in the NFL.
I'm going to go ahead and make it even a crazier bet. Who has a better career,
Don't say it.
Jackson or Graham?
Jackson or Graham? No.
Man.
Well, let's just go between the two. But I think, dude, Garrett he had a rough year, but dude, the year going into the year, he was the top quarterback.
Yeah, he was. So was
Yeah.
Arch Manning.
But look at his coach. Yeah, Arch Manning's going to be the #1 pick next year.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Arch Manning, like, dude, LSU was a terrible team. Don't look at the team. Look at, like, the player.
Yeah.
See, you say that. I think Tyson, I agree with Orlando. Mendoza, he's good. He played on a really good team. Put
Sure.
that guy on Texas A&M. Like, legit. Good team. Is he that good? I don't think so. I don't think he's the #1 pick. I
Yeah,
really don't.
It's fair. And you have to evaluate this stuff as an NFL GM. Carson Beck, what I like about him is the fact that he was under center, ran more of a pro-style offense, which definitely helps.
He's also older now.
Yeah.
older,
He has
experience,
He's
good, bad, and ugly. He's been through the ringer, stopped
He
at
has a
multiple
great arm,
schools.
though, man.
Huge arm. Huge rocket of a cannon. So, I really like your call there. Red Sea, Arizona. I also agree that they had a good draft. What
Yeah.
about you, Gare?
I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Cool.
And partly because they took my boy, KC.
Concepcion. Oh, I love that kid.
They got a stellar steal in him.
Yeah.
For him to honestly fall that low is
What was it, 24?
something like that.
Yeah, his
like
mid-20s.
24, 23. He's a game changer on
He is.
the field. He's also just a great locker room guy. So
And
I,
return. And in the return game. That's where you
dude,
get.
he is
Yeah.
I think he is the best return guy in the draft.
And there's great value in that. You've seen guys make careers out of it in the NFL.
you're putting weapons around Shador. So
Yeah.
I really like that draft. I think Cleveland's close to being. I mean,
Yeah.
they're a decent team. They're not like terrible like
That
they used to
defense
be.
they're kind of like the Cowboys, but inverse, where
Yeah.
they've had.
So like you give this offense some weapons,
Sure.
man. I really think Cleveland could be
Yeah.
they play in a pretty good division.
And
so
I also
it's
think
tough.
Quinshon Judkins is an absolute dog. like genuinely.
And that's a local guy too.
Yeah,
An
he
Ohio
is.
State guy
Yes.
who's staying home in Cleveland. The
Yeah.
people love that. Go ahead and double down because I also put Cleveland on my love
Great.
list because I'm right there with you, Garrett. They get maybe the best tackle in the draft, the kid out of Utah, Fano. But there's a sneaky pick, late round pick that they had that I really like as a flyer, 6th round. Taylon Green, the Louisville kid.
Yeah.
Yep, Arkansas
Yeah.
quarterback. Runs a 4.3 at 6'5".
Will he be? You think he'll be a receiver?
They asked him about that, and he's in love. I saw the sit down with him and Gruden, and he's adamant that he's a quarterback, and you want him to say that at this point in his career. Could there be a change in the future? Maybe. He's got some Terrell Pryor to him at Ohio State.
Yeah.
But I love just the flyer there in the 6 that, hey, what if you run into something special there?
You know who else he has that, you can love him or hate this, but like he also has a little Ryan Tannehill in him.
I could say Cody Jones.
And
That's not a good thing.
I mean, Tannehill he has that receiver. You know,
Sure.
Tannehill came from receiver, went to quarterback, but I just feel like, and he was a staple quarterback for a long time,
Yeah, made a
And he
career
had-
out of it.
So
I just really like that pick in the 6th. Think there was good value there, so I'm right there
Yeah,
with
he's a
you.
great
The Brownies, love. What about your second love?
I really liked the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they needed a cornerback. Went and got Terrell, but I like their round 3 and their round 6 picks. I think they got steals out of these guys. I think they got a steal out of Zachariah Branch. I loved him at USC, and then I think he played really well when he moved to Georgia. I think he balled out. And then they got Harold Perkins in the 6th. I think if you would have told me Harold Perkins falls to the 6th round after his freshman year, I would have told you you're crazy. So I think they got 2 really good steals out of those guys. So yeah, Atlanta, I love their draft.
I can't stand their airport though.
Oh,
How to say that?
brutal.
Good draft, Atlanta. Horrible airport. Every single time, it's just a nightmare. Gare?
I really like Cincinnati's draft.
Yeah.
They got another one. They got another steal in Cassius.
Yeah, Cassius Howell. No, they don't know. He's a dog.
I know.
Dude.
Another
And
great
you know
name,
who else? Like
Cassius.
a lot of good edge guys from A&M has gone to Cincy
I know, yeah.
and have just been really solid. I think they developed their defense really well, and
That division as a whole, whether you're in Baltimore.
yeah, but
Cincy,
Cincy was a
Cleveland,
little down this
gets to the
year, and
quarterback.
so they added some pieces that I think are going to help them. And I like Cincy's draft. Texas A&M had 10 guys drafted. Dude.
That is actually really cool.
One of our best, I think, record-setting days or drafts for.
I think it just
Mike
shows
Elko?
you, like, look, everyone said A&M was a product of the schedule last year, and I think it proves that we had actual talent on that
yeah.
team. And look, we fumbled the bag. Don't get me wrong in the playoffs, but you ran against the buzzsaw in Miami. I think either one of those teams, if A&M would have won that game, I think they could still have made the run Miami did and gone to the national championship. I think
Fair.
both those teams are really good.
Yeah, so I saw a fun statistic earlier. It said Ohio State had the hardest schedule, and they played 26 players that had gotten drafted, and A&M played the easiest schedule, and we played against 40 players that had gotten drafted.
yeah, the math
which
in
is
there.
Interesting to think about. Maybe it's SEC.
Very interesting.
Yeah, again, SEC was down last year, but again, if Ohio State goes to the SEC, ask Texas, ask Oklahoma, you're mid-tier versus mid-tier Big Ten, like not even close, dude. Like the high end, sure, but like each and every week, you're getting just battered and beaten,
For sure.
and that's what's hard about the SEC.
Like, you can't even have like an off week against Vanderbilt or Kentucky anymore.
I'll go ahead and finish mine, and I do love Dallas's draft, but because we've already taken it, you guys are going to be shocked in this because it's really a mixed bag. Some people hate their draft, rated a C. Some people love it, rated an A. I like what the Buffalo Bills did.
Okay.
Traded down and just stack later round picks. And to me, it's like a lot of those top 3 round picks, like a lot of them work out. It's not just your day 1 guys, and they loaded up on day 2 and day 3 picks. So I like just kind of reinforcing the
Sure.
team and getting a bunch
And
of
adding the
good
depth.
you might not have gotten that one guy that you're taking a swing on, which you don't know if he's going to turn out or not, but you definitely took some guys that are going to go out there and
Yeah, create
And-
some positional depth.
yes.
And it's like when you're close to winning a Super Bowl like Buffalo believes they are, that's like the proper thing to do too, is kind of
Yeah, and get the development happening. You already got the guys that are there to train these guys up.
right.
It's
Now
going
you
to
just need
be.
to fine tune it, get the extra pieces.
I
and put it
personally
into a
liked it
Lombardi.
because you don't really need anything in Buffalo. You're not really missing any pieces. you're right there.
Sure. Bring your
So-
gaming console with you. You're going to be indoors most of the year up there in Buffalo, New York, though. My last love, it's actually kind of a shocking one. New York Jets, man.
Yeah, they had a good draft.
I think they did too. They get Bailey at number 2. And I actually respect
Bailey's
what
so
the
good.
Jets did in terms of this was known as a weaker quarterback class. Of course, time will tell. But they were okay with just saying, hey, we'll wait for next year's. We'll punt and wait for next year's loaded draft class. And I still thought they did well in adding the 2 Indiana kids back to back. They added the tight end out of Oregon, Sadiq, which is a good team need for them. And then you get the wide receiver out of Indy. And then the cornerback Pons, who's a game changer there in the second round too. Naturally, I fell in love with teams that had multiple first-round picks. It's kind of hard not to, you know. But yeah, I love Dallas, Cleveland, and the New York Jets.
Yeah, they got Cade.
Yeah.
Did they got Cade from Clemson?
Yep.
One left to love, Jackson.
Yeah, I think my pick is Las Vegas. I like their draft, not because of Fernando Mendoza. Obviously, that's a really good get out of them. But I think that they got a round 4 steal out of Dermod McCoy. I think he was the best cornerback in the entire class. I know that people were kind of, taken aback because of his injury. But once he comes back, I think he's going to be an absolute dog, and we're going to be talking about him a little bit more.
The Raiders
Mr. McCoy.
The Raiders could be. They got some pieces there now, man.
Well, when you draft inside the top 10, usually every year, eventually you probably should run into it. Same with the Jets,
Well, that's what happened
much
in Detroit.
Draft talent. Yeah.
And Detroit's been really good.
And if you do it right, you can
The
have
only people
cheap-
that haven't done it are Jets and Browns. That's like been,
Dude, I remember back in the day when I thought the Browns were going to be the next best thing. They had Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr.
They've been close many a times. Yeah.
What a time.
Boys, we love some, but we also loathe some. That's a really hard thing to say, especially pre-9 a.m. What drafts did we not like, boys?
I'll tell you mine, dude.
Yeah.
And it's not because they did bad. It's because we have to play them twice a year, and that's Philly.
Philly.
They had a good draft.
Yeah, I always
Yeah,
get
they did.
concerned about trading in division on draft night, especially in the first round. So when the Cowboys traded number 20 to Philly, instantly I was like, oh, please don't draft somebody that, forever is going to be the guy. You know how Randy Moss, the boys had a chance at him, and then Thanksgiving Day he comes
I
and
know,
he
man.
rubs.
That receiver's going to be good. And then they got Stowers.
Yeah, dude, did you
Lemon.
see the clip of him? I know he's from USC, but he got drafted, had some tears in his eyes, but he had the Louis Vuitton shades to cover it, and he walked down and he looked at the Eagles sign, nodded, and then went and got his jersey. He knew what was up. Like
In the
when I
Louis-
saw him look at the Eagles and nod, I was like, dang, yeah, that boy's gonna be a problem.
Now, so you're not disliking Philly's draft
No,
from a
I
team
think they
standpoint. You're
drafted-
disliking it because they drafted well.
I'm disliking
Wow,
it because
I
the
see.
Phillies, like,
Yeah.
I was hoping that they would fumble a little bit.
Sure.
And I don't think they did. I think they got better as a team. And I don't want to have to play. I already don't like playing them because they're
Sure.
just good, man.
Always are good. I do like the fact that the Cowboys swindled 2/4 out of them to move up, though.
Yeah.
Because supposedly the Cowboys at 20 were going to select Lawrence, got their guy at 23 anyways, added the 2/4, which helps because they used the 2/5 to move up to grab the first round pick and
Yep.
down. So
But
I
yeah,
like
that's
that,
why.
Garrett.
That's why I went with. They didn't have a bad draft. It's just, man, I hated how good it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. A little envious. A little envy in that. What about you, Jackson? Didn't like.
Did not love the Rams
Oh,
draft.
come on, dude.
You can
Ty
go ahead.
Simpson?
No, dude,
Go ahead and put
just-
Rams for Sparky as well.
yeah, just
I'll have them
seeing
as well.
the clips of
McVay.
yeah, just being like, I didn't even know we were signing up for this guy. Like,
Yeah, this one feels like it was management was very much looking to the future
Yeah.
while your head
Sure.
coach was very much in the now. You've got, times ticking on Matthew Stafford.
No,
Right.
but you have to have, to me, like, again, Rams are not going to be one of the top 10 picks next year. I don't think they will. And you're going to need to take a guy I think Ty Simpson's going to be better than your third or fourth quarterback out of next year's class.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, they
that's what
obviously
they're
were in
looking
love
at.
with him.
That's what they're looking at.
And they get the additional 5th year, as Scott Hansen
That's what,
mentioned,
that's
by
what I'm
drafting him in
saying.
the first
and,
round.
and what, Stafford might play one more year. Maybe this year might be it.
I don't, dude, he had an MVP caliber,
Dude, but
season
I know,
last
but
year.
one injury and he's done.
He's up there in age.
Yeah.
And to
I
be
think
fair,
he's older than, I think he's my age or older. How old is Matt
that's
Stafford?
scary.
That is kind of crazy.
Given
to
the
put in
soft tissue
perspective.
injuries you've had, that's a scary thought for Matt Staff.
My
38,
age.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, he is your age.
yeah,
back
but
in the,
38's the old 28,
I
Is
know,
it?
but dude, not many people. Remember, Brady played till 40, was it just
4?
one? Was it
I think, yeah,
44?
he got all the way up to 44.
So, but no one, these guys don't take care of their bodies like Brady.
Yeah.
So it ain't 44. He doesn't have 6 years left, dude.
Sure.
This guy has maybe 2 years left.
Yeah, your clock shortens when you're getting chased by interior defensive linemen all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't mind the pit. Like, now maybe it's like, did you stretch? You could have got him in the second. Sure.
Yeah. But to Scott Hansen's point, I think they drafted him in the first because you get that 5th year of control. And for Matt Stafford, I think this is honestly like a sign off on him.
Yeah.
The fact that you see him as a franchise quarterback, that you want your next quarterback to grow and
let's
learn.
be honest.
Under,
I mean, he did the politically correct answer because you got a guy. Dude, Ty Simpson is not competing with Stetson. That's a joke and a half. Stetson will never. Like, I just don't see it.
Mhm.
Like, no, he's a. That's a Chase Daniels. He's a backup for his career, which is a great job, by the way.
You need that.
But Ty Simpson has starter qualities.
Yeah, I just think it's a tough look for the kid. You know, you go to Alabama, play however many years, ball out, and then your head coach that drafts you is like, oh, let's just keep it a buck. Like, this kid's not playing. This is Matthew Stafford's team.
But it is.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but
If
it's
Cowboys would have drafted them, it's Dak's team. But it's like, dude, I wouldn't have minded the pick. That's playing for the future, dude.
Yeah, definitely playing for the future.
100%.
The only bad thing for the Rams, only had 5 picks too in that whole draft. That's
Yeah.
another
Rams
reason
were
you
good
can't love
last
it.
year.
Yeah,
It's not like they need a lot of pieces.
totally.
I think it took a little too much. I think it took way more heat because of the way McVay acted, which I think it was a little low ball from the way that was a little. I don't love McVay for that.
Really? You think
No.
he should be able to control himself a little bit? He
100%,
was steaming out the ears.
You're
Looked like you in a team meeting.
Yeah, but again, if I'm sitting next to a guy that's my boss, I'm not acting like that. That's a bad look. I mean, if I'm that GM, I'm like, bro, like, you don't make the Rams. The Rams don't make you. Like, I mean, this is a team effort, and it's like, bro, you either get in line or like, there's the door. Like, we'll go find another head coach. I didn't love it. I don't think the coach is bigger than the team, dude. I really don't.
Wow. That's words for the wise there, Gare.
Yeah, and go get Dan Campbell. He's a better coach anyways.
All right, to recap it, Sparky loved Dallas, Cleveland, and the New York Jets. Jackson loved Arizona, Atlanta, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Garrett loved Cleveland, Cincy, and Buffalo. We loathed together, Jackson, the LA Rams. Garrett loathed Philly, but for different reasons, because he thought they had a good draft and doesn't like Philly.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions, also Atlanta, San Fran, left a little to be desired, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Atlanta could have beefed up that O-line for Tua, didn't really, and then San Fran traded out. And
Miami
left me wondering.
also is probably a.
Yeah, but also a city that would be at the top of the list of destinations that you'd want to get drafted into. Miami's got to be way up that list.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if I'm a rookie in Miami, you're going to have to hold me
Oh, if
back.
you're a
But
rookie
see,
in
that's
Miami,
actually
you're
a funny point
rookie
you say
free
that.
agent.
Like, you feel like rookies in Cleveland should be better than they are
Because
because
there's nothing else to do and lock
Yeah.
in.
How are you not just studying your playbook?
All right, boys, the NFL draft wasn't the only thing happening in the sports world.
Oh,
Among
yeah, the
baseball
Rockets were
and
fumbling the
draft.
bag.
Yep, the NBA playoffs, man. Are y'all just shocked at what the Lakers are putting together?
No, I'm not, because the Rockets have handed them this
I agree.
series.
Yeah.
I just think LeBron's the GOAT, especially after what I've seen.
Yeah, what does this do to LeBron's
Is
legacy? Garrett's
LeBron
seen
the
this a long
GOAT?
time.
Is LeBron the GOAT if he doesn't, like, he literally turned it over in game 3. KD's not playing. Turned it over. They're up 4. The guy goes, gets a dunk, up 6, and like almost kind of quit. Like the Lakers gave up.
Probably should've been done.
Yeah.
Watch the reaction to the Lakers.
Right.
Like they're literally like, oh dang man, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a tied up series. It's gonna
Yeah.
be 2-1. We got KD probably coming back. They're
Yep.
probably gonna tie it up 2-2.
I'm with
And
you,
then
Garrett.
out of nowhere, the
Yep.
Houston Rockets. Boy, dude, if I'm
Yeah, but LeBron
Van
got that
Fleet.
steal, you know?
I'm
The
Van-
wraparound steal.
Yeah.
if I'm Van Fleet, just like sitting, I'm just like, I can't believe I signed up for this team.
Kind of had some Final Four to it, the way it
Yeah.
was frantic down the stretch.
For
Turnover
sure.
resulted in the 3-ball.
And then-
I'm
yeah.
with Garrett, though. I think this is more about Houston's incompetence and lack of health than it is the Lakers.
But
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 LeBron's
look
still
at
dropping
this.
30
But look at
every
this.
game.
They're finding ways.
I will say, if I'm the raw end of the deal here, to me, is OKC
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you got to go
Because-
play OKC after this?
because Minnesota just tanked their whole team, man. I mean, Ant's out.
Yep.
The other guy tore his Achilles. Like they're done.
Dante.
So now you're gonna have to play the Nuggets. Like Spurs get the Nuggets. Come on.
Maybe Nuggets. They're down 3-1. I mean, Minnesota's 3-1 series lead now, which
Yeah,
they're
I
throwing
think-
that
I
together
think-
with.
I don't think you. They've lost their two best players.
Sure.
If they end up, that's even worse. If Minnesota gets through this, it's even better for the Spurs.
Yeah, Minnesota's getting like 43 off the bench from Dosonmu, Io. They're getting whatever it takes. Nuggets aren't out of that series
Spurs.
yet.
You got a easy.
You brought up injury though, like rampant, man. It's like COVID going through now.
I honestly think if LeBron had what happened to Ant, like it's his career.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, the bone bruise. I'm just glad his ligaments are there.
I just need that OKC Spurs Western Conference Final.
Oh, dude,
that is like
cinema.
Yeah, as a basketball fan who's a diehard of the Dallas Mavericks, we need that just
dude.
for.
It's going to be game. I think it goes 7 games. I think it's just.
I hope they meet up. I hope they're healthy.
Both of them. I agree. I want both of them to be healthy.
You had the Wemby chin music too. That was rough to look at.
I do think the Lakers can scare the. I think they can scare the Thunder if like Reeves comes back.
Dude,
I think they could. If they push the Thunder whatsoever, that would do wonders. I think for LeBron's legacy.
And
they
then,
somehow get in there.
Going to the East because I feel like we got a lot of not hate, but we got a lot of comments saying we mostly only give the conference where our team is love. So.
Okay.
For the hockey thing, y'all, Timmy's only talking about the Western.
Sure.
But the Western's just better. So
And I think that's the case for the NBA as well.
Oh, it is. But man, Orlando is so good.
They're having fun with it, right?
He's good.
We got to remember last year they were a home court team last year.
Well, he was good last year too.
And they were banged
I know,
up.
but it's just like at Duke, he was like,
yeah.
But then, he's really developed, man.
Yeah.
Like
he's turned his game to a different level.
And
does anybody think they can finish that? The Magic?
No,
think they can 1-8?
I don't.
I do. I 100% think.
Have y'all seen the zero curse dating back to last year? It's weird. Damian Lillard, Achilles. Where's the number 0? Halliburton in the finals. Where's number 0? Dante DiVincenzo a couple nights ago. Where's the number 0? And I'm missing somebody too.
Just 0?
They wear the number 0.
Or like, is it like 10?
Jason Tatum.
Is it like 10?
0.
Yeah.
Or is it just the 0?
Just the 0. Guess what number I'm rocking in squad games? 0. I am going to make sure my Achilles tendons stay inside my body. I don't know, man.
I think you should turn that number into 1.
Like I'm sitting here doing Achilles exercises.
I have not heard that. That's
is that not weird?
Is crazy.
Fascinating.
Dude, the most heartbreaking sports moment I think I've ever witnessed is
Game 7, yeah.
Game 7, Tyrese Halliburton going down.
Super sad. Yeah, given the moment.
I mean, dude, they were obviously winning that game.
Maybe I would love to figure out.
They win that
game, dude. I agree.
Travesty.
Jackson, who do you got finals? Because we never got your picks.
Yeah, I really like. I don't know. I want to say Lakers. I want to say Lakers in the final just because.
Fun with it. Do it.
Yeah. I'll say Lakers in the final.
That's gonna be so bad when Houston gentleman sweeps them there.
No, absolutely not. And I think personally, this is wraps for MJ's like GOAT debate, just because LeBron has literally created a teammate and he's thrown oops to him mid-game in playoffs, mind you. He's setting screens for his son.
Bro, he's playing.
Knocking down threes.
He's playing. I mean, no offense.
I'm sorry, dude. Like this series right here.
No,
if you're still, dude,
they were
if
out
you're
there
still
two best
riding
players.
for the shoe guy in Chicago, we're done with the 90s. MJ's washed.
I'm going to need more than a first round.
That's
4 or
what
5
I'm saying.
with home court advantage.
First, Fred's on the bench and Durant's not playing.
Out. Yeah, Durant.
Dude,
being
if
out.
they play, Lakers get swept, dude.
Okay,
you're crazy for that take.
LeBron's still dropping 30 in playoffs.
I don't care.
They're going to have to get
old.
past OKC before you do that, because I can counter argument that and say, hey, well, let's go back to 2011 when LeBron averaged 16 points in the finals against Dallas, had a fourth quarter where he had 2 points.
And again, I don't think it's really a debate. I think the GOAT is MJ. I think the most athletic, LeBron.
Fair.
Like they're different. They're just different. But yeah, dude, there was too many times where LeBron missed in Cleveland where he was just not the guy. I just don't think he'll ever be the greatest of all time, but I will say he's the most athletic of all time.
Interesting to see if the Lakers can keep it afloat until Luka's back. It's really tight-lipped on the Luka front, which makes me believe that it's probably even worse than what the public knows. I think you're at least going to have to go to the West Finals until Luka's back, but it does sound like Austin Reeves would be available in round 2.
Yeah.
Which would be just huge. They just need bodies at this point. But the Lakers playing smart. They're getting real half-courty with it, just kind of really sucking the air out of the basketball. They're doing a phenomenal job of
Let's,
just burning it.
Oh, yeah, Lakers
versus Celtics.
Okay, I like that
Seems to
pick.
me. Yeah.
I do think the
Lakers versus
Celtics get there.
They have taken control of that Philly series, and yeah,
I think Celtics for sure come out of the East. I agree with that pick.
that's all three of us.
But that would be a great Lakers versus Celtics would be NBA is wanting that one.
Yeah.
Before we get into baseball with the great Andy Pettitte coming into set today, let's talk NHL really quick. Man, they're killing my sleep schedule. They're killing my stress levels. The Dallas Stars in that Minnesota Wild series have been just much.
But if you're a
watched
hockey
television.
fan,
it's been everything you could ask for.
couldn't ask for better. I feel bad for either team that gets eliminated.
Totally.
Because I don't feel like either one is a first round elimination.
Not
you
a
go and you
chance.
look at the Mammoth playing, it's like, what are we doing?
Totally.
The Oilers playing the Ducks, like that's just a slap around. And one of those teams are going to go all the way to the
100%.
finals, the Western Conference Finals, because the big boys are playing in a different tournament.
Oh yeah, don't get it twisted. You got two heavyweights, two cup
Colorado took
contenders
care
going
of
at
the
it.
King. Avalanche took care of the Kings. Pretty easy.
Yeah,
The East do have some big boys. I think it's the West year.
it's competitive though across the whole landscape
so
of the
fun.
NHL.
And
That's the
look,
beauty.
If you guys don't watch hockey, please turn on any hockey game for the NHL playoffs, and you will instantly be like,
Hooked.
"Oh,
Yeah.
this is unbelievable! It is so stressful. It is. There's not 1 second off, dude.
Every shift matters.
It's so fun, man. I
It's
mean,
the
and they just lay the hammer too.
But your sleep schedule and stress levels also increase during this time of the year.
Oh, dude. How about Mills though, dude? I mean, 6 inches from death.
Yeah,
That was the craziest.
Got to
So
watch
what-
out with those hockey skates.
Bro,
those
cut him in the
blades.
teeth. I think it knocked
What
a tooth
happened?
out.
Got a skate
Stars
to the face.
game. Stars game. It's one of those. His stick he actually got called for the penalty too, which is like a double whammy. He got his stick caught. The guy tripped, and when he tripped, his skates came up, slashed him in the face. I think knocked a tooth out, maybe. I don't know.
Dude, that's crazy.
But dude, I mean, it's 6 inches lower.
Yeah, you're talking.
We're talking like dangerous, scary play, man.
They always talk about the violent nature of the NFL, and it is. It's a collision
is.
sport. It's not even a contact sport. It's a full blown collision. But I have been on record saying the grind of an 82 game NHL season from a physical standpoint
it's harder than
a 17 game NFL.
I'd
I
agree.
really do. Just
I'd
the
agree.
longevity of it, the bumps and bruises, the pucks off the knees, the
Dude,
missing
a slap
chiclets.
shot of 100 miles an hour off the bro. Oh,
That's a great wheel spin. Take a 100-mile-per-hour slapper off the shins.
off the skate.
I'd sign Corey up for that. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, it would be.
But yeah,
Oh,
NHL
but
playoffs. Get
go
your eyes
watch-
on it. To Garrett's
go watch
point,
NHL, man.
it'll
You
make
will
you a
thank
better
me
person.
later.
Yes. And then in the MLB, Red Sox fire Alex Cora. They got off to a miserable
Yeah,
start.
my
Boston
picks-
and
my
Philly,
picks-
for that matter.
My pick's looking at.
Yeah, you did pick them, didn't you? But
I
baseball.
picked up Mets and the Red Sox, and both are like,
But you've seen it in baseball before. The team who gets off to a bad start, gets a new manager, they'll end up rallying. It's a marathon, not a sprint there in baseball. So we'll keep our eyes on that. But speaking of baseball, we got a Yankee legend
we do, man.
here. And it's not Babe Ruth, unfortunately. His time has come and gone. But Andy Pettitte's still alive, and he's going to join Almost Athletes next.
Almost, hey, almost athletes. Almost.
Yo, G, what's the most recent thing you used AI for?
Trying to translate what Jackson says into English.
That is a great use for AI. There are thousands of uses for AI, and we've started incorporating it into our daily workflow here at Dude Perfect. But to really make AI work for you, you need the right tools. You need Zapier.
That's right, Sparky. Our analytics and operations teams at Dude Perfect are big fans of Zapier.
But it's not just us. 3.4 million companies already use Zapier to streamline their marketing, sales, IT, HR, and more. And Zapier connects to AI models your team is probably already using, like ChatGPT and Claude. You can even use Zapier to coach your team members.
Can it coach Jackson to use words like mogging and slay less often?
I really hope so. Our analytics guy, Patrick, used it to create a whole new workflow where Zapier prompts Gemini and post updates in Slack.
But you don't need to be an AI expert like Patrick to make Zapier work for you. Unlike other AI tools, there are no bottlenecks and no complexities with Zapier.
We've heard all the hype about AI, but Zapier is a platform that actually gets results.
Join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting Zapier.com/AA. That's ZAPIER.com/AA.
You know what I've been thinking about lately, Garrett?
If every single player who was on the Brooklyn Nets or Washington Wizards will be in the NBA next season?
Yes, but no. Actually, I was talking about my Shady Rays sunglasses. How are my Shady Rays basically the same quality as the $200 sunglasses I used to buy?
That's a great question because I love mine. They feel every bit as premium as the expensive brands I've owned, but the difference is I'm not stressing out about them. I wear Shady Rays on the golf course, on the boat, even at the Masters. And whatever happens, happens. Because if I drop them in a water hazard, they replace them. Knock them off the dock, they replace them. Sit on them, they replace them.
That's right. Lost or broken, they send you a new pair with their lost and broken protection. And they're actually premium. Polarized lenses that cut glare, super clear optics, durable frames with solid hinges, clean, classic style that looks sharp without trying too hard.
And get this, they've got over 300,000 five-star reviews and millions of people have switched. So if you're outside, on the water, in the sun, driving every day, get shades that actually perform. Go to shadyrays.com to grab a pair today.
We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use the code ALMOST for 40% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
Almost, hey, almost athletes. Almost.
Our guest is a New York Yankees legend. He's a 3-time All-Star, a 5-time World Series champ with the most postseason wins in MLB history, 19 of them. He had 2,448 regular season strikeouts and 256 wins, and he's the father of 2 of the 3 Dude Perfect outdoor boys. Give it up for Andy Pettitte. Woo-woo! Could we have safely said all 3 there?
If they had it their way, it would be all 3.
All 3? Would you adopt Tyler in another world?
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe.
He's
Maybe.
good. He's been a good addition, that's for sure.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the legendary career of yours, Andy. You won 5 World Series. Most wins in World Series history is a nice little accolade to have. How different was it pitching on that stage in comparison to regular season baseball?
Man, first of all, I've been very fortunate, right, to play for a lot of great teams, playing for the New York Yankees. The Steinbrenner family made sure that we always were loaded. And you know, once we made it in 1995 to the postseason and got knocked out, it seemed like that next year we were just committed to going, you know, to trying to get it done one way or the other and figuring it out. And we got on a great run, and I, you know, was just very blessed. And the postseason is different from regular season, obviously, especially in New York. It's magnified an awful lot, but really and truly, you know, it's still the same game, and you're still just trying to make pitches, make quality pitches. Just the magnitude of it, it seems like everything around you is a lot bigger. So if you can kind of calm all that down and kind of shut the noise out, it really, if you can get it to feel like a regular season game, you usually end up doing a lot better than when you put all the pressure on yourself.
What's the beard rule right now in
Great
in
question.
Yankee land?
You
Andy?
wouldn't pass, that's for sure.
I wouldn't. I don't think I'd pass.
No, you'd
I'd be okay.
You'd be okay.
I'm okay right now.
We're at where we're at right now. You'd be in
Okay.
good shape. Yeah.
Good to know.
Ask
Yeah.
tomorrow, it may be different.
Yeah.
So you think you
so-
would have had the full beard if you played for a different team?
I don't think so. I
No?
think I would have just went scruff,
Okay.
just kind of like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of pushed it even when I played when we weren't supposed to have it.
Okay.
I would shave after I pitched,
Yep.
and then thank the Lord, my facial hair did not grow extremely fast, so
Yep.
I could get away with it for 4 days until my next start.
Okay.
And so I didn't want to look like the milkman out there, and I wanted to have a little bit of a rugged look. And so my whole career, I got away with going 4 days
little
without
edgy.
shaving. Yeah. If we got rained out and it went to the 6th day, it was touch and go with Mr. Torrey. He would get on to me,
Mr.
but
Torrey.
he never made me shave. I was able to get away with it. And you know, it's something, look, it was a great rule. I absolutely loved it.
Yep.
It kind of separated us from everyone else. I know the Steinbrenner family and Hal, he's been thinking about doing that for several years now. And then they just got to the point to where, you know, and I was even asked about it, that we were losing free agents because people wanted to have a beard. And you know, in my opinion, I felt like if you're losing players that you really wanted on this team, then I would say let's
There's some
give
middle ground.
in there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but I know it stung a lot of people, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of things are changing in today's world. But that's where we're at right now.
In terms of baseball and where it's headed, you're seeing guys, you know, do the bat flips nowadays. They're doing on-base celebrations. You mentioned with the Yankees having the old facial hair rule for the longest time. As you see baseball evolve, is it still the same baseball that you remember when you were playing, or how much has it changed?
No, it's definitely changed. There's no doubt about it. It's a different game and a different time, and things things change. I think it's still a great game. I'm still extremely involved. I'm with the Yankees. I still work for the Yankees, and I'm with them. 7 to 10 days out of the month is what I try to do. During the course of the season, and love the organization, love the franchise. They've been so great to me. But there's definitely things that are definitely changing about the game. Obviously, analytics are into it.
Yep.
I mean, just thinking now, the pitch clock, was established a few years ago, and that has sped the game up, and I love that. I think fans want to, don't want to be there for 4.5 hours watching Yankee Red Sox games whenever I used to play.
Those go 5.5.
And I was part of that. I was part of a lot of those out there trying to figure out how to get the Red Sox out and getting knocked around, and our guys, doing the same to their pitchers. But the ABS now it has changed the game completely. That's another dynamic. So I think a lot of this stuff though is really good for the game. I've enjoyed it, and we'll see what that looks like over a full season. But right now I feel like a little bit advantage hitters, right? I mean, I think it's just going to be even tougher for the pitchers to pitch whenever these guys know the strike zone so well and stuff like that. So that's a big thing that we got to adjust to.
It's been since 2009 that the Yankees were on top of baseball's mountain. In Yankee land, that might as well be a century.
Yeah.
That's 100 years. What is it going to take for the Yankees to get back to the perennial powerhouse that we once knew?
Yeah, I really believe that we're not that far away. I mean, we were there in 24. We got there. The Dodgers are a great franchise. They've got a great team. You really feel like that a pitch here, a pitch there in that series, we've got a chance to win that series. We've got, had a great year last year. Obviously, we got knocked out of the playoffs early, and you hate that. But you have to have so many things go right for you. And you've got to have little plays here and there. You've got to make huge pitches in certain situations. And when I look back over my career and I see what we were able to do, it just reminds you of how special of a group, and then how fortunate we were to have certain plays kind of go our way to be able to win some of those championships, or a lot of those championships and games. And it's a game of momentum, and it swings, one way or the other, and in pivotal moments of the game, and that are huge points, and so I think we're close. It's always hard to kind of pin down like this is exactly what we need,
Sure.
right? Because we've got great starting pitching. I feel like that we've got a good bullpen, and we've got a great offense, right? Like the Yankees, that's what they had. They had that last year. And so it's almost, to a sense, also you hope to see the chemistry of a team come together, and just the group just has a great feel about it, right? And that's something that you have to develop during the course of the season with your players, how they get along, how they feed off of one another. And that is what's so great about the baseball season. It's a long season. It's a marathon. There'll be people come and go. There'll be trades. Always making moves in July on the trade deadline. And so that not a great answer, but I don't think you can put your finger right on one thing.
Fair. So I've seen a lot of baseball players all of a sudden go from 6'1" to 5'10", $180. It's incredible how that happens. It's like, I don't know if they're Benjamin Buttoning or the ABS systems come in.
Yeah.
I guess other than that, dating apps, roller coasters, any other places you would lie about your height?
Roller coasters.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely wore some tall shoes going to Six Flags just to make sure.
Just to level up.
Just to make sure I could get on the Texas Giant and the
Giant.
Titan. Yeah, those for sure came into play.
But you mentioned ABS.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy that in your day?
I don't know. I mean, I'm serious. It would take some getting used to, because I didn't have overpowering stuff. I didn't have fastballs that I was trying to blow by guys. I was a command guy, and I needed a lot of times to hopefully get a ball that was off the plate called, in big situations. And like I said, these players know the strike zone extremely well, And so it would have been interesting. I would have adapted to it for sure. And I would have made an adjustment. And I think the biggest adjustment a lot of times is if you're out there pitching and it's a big situation and you throw the pitch and you get the call, like you're like immediately it's like, got it done. and you're almost like walking off the mound, and all of a sudden somebody's tapping their helmet, and you're like,
kind of takes away from the moment almost.
Exactly. And then if you have to redo that, and also the sequencing of your pitches. Like for me, I was a huge sequence guy of like how I was setting someone up, right? And like I had to make the pitch after I had maybe thrown a couple of fastballs inside and make a backdoor pitch or something like that. And if I wasn't able to get that, pitch, and I knew I was going to execute it, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, where do I go now? You know what I mean? So that would be probably the biggest adjustment of just the whole mentality of like, I just got him out, because that's how we are. Like, and these players have gotten used to it, and they're built probably differently than I was. But that would be a big thing for me, is whenever you make that pitch, you're like, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm out of the inning. And then all of a sudden somebody taps their helmet and says,
Right back in
hang on a second, you got to do this again.
Be careful letting your guard down.
Exactly.
I want to follow up on that, because watching from home, there's not a kid nowadays who's not throwing mid-90s.
Yeah.
All these relievers are pumping gas.
Yeah.
You mentioned the art of pitching.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for setting it up and going away with it. Do you feel like that's becoming a lost art in baseball a little bit?
100%. I do. The game, and that is where it is so different. And I've had to adjust to that, being in the organization and being around, the game like I am, and being around it with these players. There's still a lot of guys that the art of pitching is there, right? Especially for the starters, right? But a lot of even our starters, it's just, hey, throw hard, throw your best pitch, keep throwing it. And that's just, my brain it has a hard time going there, just because what I had to do for the 18 years of my career and how I had to move the ball around the zone. And the average fastball now, I believe, is 95 miles an hour. I think I threw 95 miles an hour one time in my career.
When you were amped up.
Yeah, exactly. And so that just tells you how the game has absolutely changed, The interesting thing about the ABS is during spring training, every single player on every team had to get measured so every player has his own strike zones. Like Aaron Judge's strike zone is not the same as Altuve's strike zone. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So that's the interesting part of the technology of this deal, is like, there's not just one box, right? It seems to be fairly accurate. That is, that's the whole deal, is like, is this thing really accurate? When you really look at it, you're like, is it really accurate? You're talking about splitting hairs as far as if you're winning a game or losing the game, and it's a little weird for me right now, just watching it,
Totally.
Yeah, I feel like it takes, like you said, it takes a little bit of the moment away, because now instead of pitch happens, you get the call and it's celebration, or like, oh man, just put a guy on. It's just, now you're just waiting.
Yeah.
And like same thing with soccer a little bit, which we've gotten in. I've started watching more now that we've got the Burnley stuff, but you go back, score a goal, and it's like you can't even celebrate when a goal is scored, because now you got to wait and see if somebody's elbow hair is offsides. And it's like, I don't know, to me, I feel like a lot of that stuff should still be in the moment, and that's why you have the refs and the umps and everything in the game. But yeah, like the soccer one is brutal. Like going back, you score and it's like, we don't know if we scored.
The interesting part for me, especially, I got to see it in spring training, because during the season, I'm kind of down below I'm not in our dugout at Yankee Stadium, but in spring training I was. And so when you see it happen and the challenge, the fans are kind of like into it.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know really, I don't have a pulse on, I'm not really follow social media a whole lot, but I don't know if the fans were loving or what, but it seems to be very entertaining for the fans that are watching the game to see, like, what is it,
I think it's so new. It's a mixed bag currently. And you mentioned margins being small. What I've taken away from this is, I know like Salvi Perez in Kansas City got like 15 consecutive challenges correct. It's just amazing how in depth. I know he's caught for 13 years, but we're talking a ball that is on a fraction of the plate on the black, and he immediately goes to the head tap. I've actually marveled at it, just at how much command of their own strike zone they have.
Well, it's interesting, again, on that is just, we were training our catchers in spring training, right? In bullpen sessions, they had the ABS set up so our catchers could see every catch that they made in every bullpen that was thrown, where they could practice on, was that a ball, was that a strike? You know what I mean? And whoever is going to be best at that, we'll see at the end of the year how it plays out, but it's going to be absolutely huge to see how good these catchers are as far as a challenge, because You only get 2 of them.
Yeah.
two of
Well,
them.
now
And if you
you've got
lose
the
'em-
catchers that are doing the reverse frame job, trying to get guys to use
Yeah,
their
it's wild
challenge
thought.
and make it look, and it's just it's a
Exactly.
whole nother element of the game that
Yeah.
never existed before.
And it's uncharted territory where you see some clubs are like at the 30 challenge mark and some are up there at 80.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, when do you use them? How do you use them? It's so, it's new territory for everybody. So the learning curve has been interesting to see, very much so. In terms of some of your favorite arms nowadays, do you have a couple favorite pitchers? Non-Yankees, and Yankees
Yeah.
included?
No,
Are there a
not-
couple arms out there that you just look and marvel at?
Yeah, for sure, and especially getting the opportunity to do the WBC this year. I was pitching coach in 2023. So blessed to be able to get asked to do it again this year, and so that was really fun for me, right? I'll just tell you. I mean, I know everybody they both won Cy Youngs, right? But I kind of marveled at Paul Skenes, his bullpen sessions, the way he worked. Very impressive. And then Skubal, had a chance to be with him. He did make one start for us in pool play, but I saw him throw several bullpens, and it was just impressive. I couldn't believe, how good he was. Even just like in his bullpen work and stuff like that, it was pretty remarkable to see. So those are 2 guys that stick out to me when you ask me that question.
Safe to say you're a little partial to Skubal because of the southpaw, the old lefty.
Definitely partial to the Southpaws, that's for sure.
What about position players? I mean, obviously what Ohtani's doing is just, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are hitting the ball ridiculously far. The exit velos just continue to go up. How hard would it be to get guys out nowadays?
I mean, it's impressive. It's just really impressive to see what they're doing. He obviously is someone that just absolutely stands out on the pitching side, of course, to see what he's able to do now, and then to be able to just grab a bat. And what I hear is he really doesn't even take batting practice that much. I mean, it's just like he just shows up and hits and is doing what he's doing.
Must be nice.
So that's incredible. Guys that I really, you kind of that stood out to me as far as in the WBC position player wise, Bryce Terang. Being able to see him, I didn't ever really got a chance to watch him, but watching him in the WBC, watching him take batting practice was it was awesome. I was very impressed with him, and I think he's got a chance to have a great career. Obviously, he's a great player already, but he just kind of stood out to me like Mookie Betts did in 2023, and Tucker also in 2023. Those 2 guys. When you're not able to see guys every day and then you get a chance for 3 weeks to watch them, you don't appreciate them. It's probably like people that don't follow Aaron Judge or be able to follow, they don't follow the New York Yankees. You don't appreciate what he does. And so when you get with someone for an extended period of time, those are guys that kind of stood out to me in those WBCs.
Sure. Obviously pitched for the Yankees a very long time. There's great lore up there in the Bronx. Yeah. When your number gets retired and you're immortalized amongst the names like Ruth and et cetera, go down the list, how cool is that and how much of an honor? Do you ever pinch yourself just saying like, wow, that was a really cool career?
Yeah, I definitely do. Obviously being retired now, I've been out of the game 13 years, to just think back and just feel so fortunate and so blessed when you mentioned those names, the position players, right? Ruth, Gehrig. And then I just think back on, the guys that when I was coming up, Ron Guidry, who I was, always looked to, and Whitey Ford, the lefties, is kind of who I was compared to as I was coming up. And those guys were around. And Yogi Berra, Yogi used to, early in my career, would be hanging out in the locker room, and we would come in the 7th or 8th inning. I'd walk through to go to the restroom, and he'd be sleeping on the couch, with his mouth wide open. And we'd go over there and be messing with Yogi Berra, while he's trying to take a nap. Just the Yankees always did such a great job of bringing these players back. We had special days, and like Mickey Mantle was around, and Joe DiMaggio when I first came up. Those guys were coming to the field, And so just to see those guys in person, it was just really incredible. And like I said, the Yankees always do such a wonderful job of the history of what they've done. And as a player, and then even I know as the current players now, and even as a coach and trying to help out, you're chasing that. You're chasing that greatness.
Yeah.
There's not another organization that I know of that is like that. And there's a lot of pressure that comes with playing in New York.
Totally.
And there's a lot of sleepless nights when you're not performing that when you're playing in New York that come along with that. But, man, there is no better place to win and you're loved, to win championships and just and really just to go out and just lay it on the line and just compete. It's a tough place to play, but if you're committed to it, if you are, people realize that you're giving them everything that you've got when you take the mound.
Mm-hmm.
They love that, and the dedication and the fans. They expect excellence and they want excellence and they want greatness. And I feel like as players, especially if you're in New York, you should expect to give that. And if not, it's going to be a tough place. And guys that come there, they know the routine, they know how it is, and our guys I know are chasing that, and I'm hoping we can pull another one off here soon.
Much like the Dallas Cowboys, a full-blown fraternity, which I absolutely love. My only concern with the Yankees is at what point do we have to reset, because we're running out of numbers pretty quickly out there.
That's for sure.
We're running out of numbers.
That's for
Eventually,
sure.
you're going to have to go to the 3-digit or something.
So I remember we were at the ranch, and I think we pulled up this video like 2 or 3 years ago. But the bench clearing brawl, Yankees, Red Sox, that you were semi-involved in, I think you came – I don't think – you were in the dugout, I think, for this one. I think Pedro was involved. Do you remember pulling that up? And
was it with him and Don Zimmer?
Yeah, is this the famous one with Don?
Oh, yeah.
What was that like that you remember? Walk us through that one a little bit.
Yeah, just imagine our normal Yankee Red Sox games. There's always something that's gonna happen, gonna go on. I think Pedro had probably buzzed a few of our guys. I don't even know. I don't even think he was pitching that night. I'm not exactly sure, but something ended up happening. We end up benches clear, and Don Zimmer, God bless his soul, he gets fired up. I mean, he gets fired up, and he's very emotional. Well, the bench is cleared. We ran out on the field, and I'm kind of, I'm not looking to fight anybody or punch anybody. Yeah, I'm trying to de-escalate the situation. So I'm out there breaking stuff up, and as I'm breaking stuff up, I look over towards first base, and I see Don Zimmer laying on the ground. And so I didn't know what had happened. I thought he might have had a heart attack. And so I ran over there and I grab him and I have him. He's like on my knee. I pick it up. I'm like, Zim, you all right? What happened? And he's going, Pedro hit me. And I was like, Pedro hit you. And I'm like looking around going, he goes, Pedro hit me. And I'm like, Pedro hit you, And so we were like looking for Pedro, ready to I think everybody wanted to kill him, So anyhow, we, obviously you see the replay. Yeah. Zim basically is going after Pedro and Pedro kind of moves to the side and Zim falls over, bless his heart. And I mean, that's kind of what happened there, but it was obviously after it was all over, it's kind of comical to watch, but it was definitely not comical in the moment. I mean, we've had a lot of knockdown, drag out fights with those guys, and it's a great rivalry and it's fun. And man, Boston's one of my favorite places to go play. The fans there are intense and they are on top of you in that stadium. It's one of the old original stadiums still. And in the bullpen, they give the fans access, like from me to you. Yeah. The fans are that close as I'm warming up for the game. And so
you heard some things.
It's pretty cool.
Did you ever get charged?
No, never been charged.
Okay.
No. I mean, didn't hit a whole lot of people. You know, at times you've got to hit guys that you feel like that they're throwing at our guys and stuff like that.
Back then it was it was expected.
It was
like,
expected.
Okay, you're going to get hit, you're going to take your base, and then that's it.
Exactly. And that's usually how it went down, and that was the way the game played. And for the most part, if guys wore me out, a lot of guys would want to drill them or whatever. Yeah. And my mindset was, this guy's wearing me out. It didn't matter how many times I was like, I'm wearing him out this at bat. Yeah. And then a lot of times I didn't, but I wish I would have hit somebody. You maybe wish you would have hit him. Yeah. But it was definitely a different time back then.
Yep. That's awesome.
Do you ever get thrown at nowadays? You know, the DH league wide, where some of these pitchers can just go up and in with no regard for human life because they don't have to come up and stand in the batter's box themselves.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever throw at you?
No, I don't think anybody ever threw at me that I can remember. I think I was a pitcher, and my batting average was like 150 probably.
But
so
one career home run.
But I do have one career homer. That's
was that off of?
Chan-Ho Park.
Chan-Ho Park, okay.
Hung me a slider.
What
hung me a
ballpark was
slider
this?
at Minute Maid.
Minute Maid, Crawford boxes?
No, I pulled it.
Oh, pulled it, okay.
Yeah. So I would shoot the fastball to left, and then I would pull the off-speed stuff
There you
was the
go.
strategy, yeah. But that game, I believe, we won 2-1, and I had both RBIs in that game.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
special.
it
Your
was
best Shohei impersonation
that was
night.
a good game for me. Yeah, I felt really
you set
good
the
about
stage
myself.
for Shohei.
Shohei,
yeah.
You walked so
You
he
walk-
could run.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Not a whole lot of great moments though hitting though.
In the batter's
Some-
box, hey.
Some embarrassing stuff too. Just one time I hit a triple back at Old Minute Maid. It used to be Taos Hill.
Oh, yeah.
There, the
Yeah.
hill
Yeah.
up there. I put one on top of that hill against the Cincinnati Reds, I believe it was, and I think Griffey might have been in center. And I went for a triple. And in the great words of Lance Berkman, as I rounded second, it looked like an elephant jumped on my back, and I got thrown out at third base going for a triple. And then bad plan. I went out the next inning and got knocked out of the game. I gave up like 5 runs. My legs, I couldn't even feel my legs
Just
after
gassed.
that. Yeah, I was absolutely gassed.
Hadn't tried
So,
to gas out a triple in a while.
Never tried a triple again. No, that's for sure.
That's great.
Reminds me of the Benji Molina.
I feel like that. I
he
feel
had
like
in
that was
Boston.
Andy's almost athlete moment. Was trying to
Leg out
run
a
out the
triple.
triple with
Oh.
Griffey in center.
Heck
And then
yeah.
proceeding to give up 5 runs, follow up.
And then having no legs the rest of the game to pitch.
Hey, life comes at you fast, but I can relate, Andy. I'm also like a career 150 guy. Except you got a homer. I never hit one over the wall. So
Really?
yeah.
Minor leagues? You played?
No.
No? Oh,
High school 3A
Just
level. If you want to
Whitesboro.
call that
got
minors
you.
leagues. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
Just Whitesboro.
More of a square round guy. Get the bunt down. Let's play some team baseball.
150, 3A?
No,
That's not
definitely
very
a
strong.
little higher than that.
Okay,
I think.
gotcha.
Maybe
All right.
lower though. I'm not sure. Dude, you've been on the Hall of Fame ballot for a few years now. Came really close last year. Needless to say, that would obviously mean that would kind of put a bow on the baseball career.
Yeah, I mean, that would be amazing. I mean, what a blessing just to have your name on it, to have people voting for you, to continue to stay on it. A lot of great players since I've retired. Guys that I think are Hall of Famers aren't even on the ballot anymore that get left off. And so, yeah, just extremely honored to hope. That would be amazing, man. If that's something that God blesses me with, that would be absolutely amazing. And it would be a great honor for sure.
Well, I don't have a vote, but this is my official pitch that Andy Pettitte is the reason that the Hall of Fame exists for guys like this. And so if you're a voter out there, this is my official pitch for you. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Unbelievable player, obviously. Incredible person, but this is why you have these types of accolades is for people like this. And so that's my official pitch to any of the voters out there. And yeah, that's we'll see how much pull I have. Probably not very much, but that's my stance.
Well, I appreciate that, Ty.
right.
And you got a lot of pull.
Well, we'll see.
Well
see.
said too. I like how you use like the little pitch innuendo there. That's good.
Yeah,
That's baseball.
that was unintentional,
That's
but hopefully
baseball.
that came off well.
Almost, hey, almost athletes. Almost.
If you haven't been to dudeperfect.store lately, you are missing out. We've got a brand new spring training collection with jerseys, t-shirts, and hoodies.
And don't forget our new all-season duffel bag, which you can put all those clothes in.
And our dudeperfect.store team makes shopping an easy, user-friendly experience. You know how we do it, Sparky?
I do, and I was telling Tyler about it last week. It's all thanks to Shopify. Stephanie, who runs our store, built it and runs it with Shopify.
She loves Shopify because it's a seamless experience for customers and shop owners. Plus, Shopify gets your products in front of shoppers wherever they are. Google, YouTube, TikTok Shop, the Shop app, and even ChatGPT.
Shopify is the best place to start and grow a business. And with Shopify, you really own everything: your store, your community, customers, and data. And according to Stephanie, it's actually fun to build your store with Shopify.
So what should people do if they want to build their own online business like dudeperfect.store?
Good question, G. I don't even need to ask Stephanie to answer that question. Go to shopify.com/almost to get started now. Summer will be here any minute, which means barbecue, swimming, golf, and of course, our big Dude Perfect Squad Games tour.
This is going to be our best tour ever. But do you know what the hardest part of the tour is for me, Sparks?
Your 38-year-old body falling apart?
Close, but I was talking about missing my family. They can't join us for every tour date. And when I'm away from them, it makes me think about all the things I could do to protect them. both now and in the future.
One way to protect your family is with smart financial planning and finding the right insurance policy. And luckily, finding the right life insurance policy is easy thanks to Policy Genius. Policy Genius is an online insurance marketplace that allows you to compare quotes from some of America's top insurers side by side for free.
I trust Policy Genius because their licensed team works for you and their guidance is specific to your needs.
And Policy Genius has thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot from customers just like you, G.
And there's no guesswork with Policy Genius. Their licensed team helps you get what you need fast. Coverage amounts, prices, and terms.
Protect your family with a policy that grows with your life. With Policy Genius, you can see if you can find 20-year life insurance policy starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. Head to policygenius.com/almost to compare life insurance quotes from top companies and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/almost.
Almost, hey, almost athletes. Almost.
I think it's a good time to now pivot here, talk a little post-baseball life, and welcome in two of your boys, Josh and Jared.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome in, boys.
That's my favorite story, the King Griffey one.
Trying to run out the triple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Griffey, I bet
Were
he
you
threw-
at the game?
We were there.
I think it was there.
It was
I think
Griffey. It was
Griffey.
Griffey.
Because the
Yeah.
very next game,
Dude,
we were playing St. Louis, I think, then, and Jim Edmonds was the center fielder. I hit one over his head, and I literally stopped at second base, and he still hadn't picked the ball.
We weren't doing it again.
No, I'm not
I
doing
literally
this
wasn't,
again.
so I kind of get it. I
This
don't
was
know if
before
it-
they were tracking all the StatCasts. I bet he threw the ball 107 miles an hour from center field
Yeah.
on a straight line.
He was like, I
And
can't let
threw him
AP
out.
get a triple
Yeah.
in this game.
Sorry, dog.
Very impressive. He also has more career postseason RBIs than Mike Trout.
Wow.
What a stat.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is wild.
One of the greatest hitters of all
guy.
time. You have 2 RBIs, he's got 1.
Welcome to the set, both Jared and Josh. Obviously, baseball was a big part of the boys' background, but so was the outdoors. Obviously, they've now came to DP and working in the DPO and fitting in just well. How important was outdoors back then? Did it take a little bit of a backseat due to the baseball? Was that always part of the DNA of the Pettitte family? Is that just always a thing?
Yeah, I would say it was right there with baseball. I mean, you know, baseball, the baseball season for me, especially when I was with the Yankees, and even with the Astros, we went into October, you know, every year. And so once October's over, you know, South Texas, usually that's whenever hunting season starts up. And so we went straight from baseball right into hunting season. And we've done that now, you know, for almost 30 years that we've had our ranch down in South Texas. It's been a huge part of our life. I tell everybody to this day, if you ask my kids, my family, hey, where would y'all like to go? You know, anywhere in the world we can go. I think, you know, they would probably say, let's go down on the ranch and hang out. You know, I mean, that's how much
Not probably. We have said that.
Yeah, they have said that.
Can confirm.
They have said that. So it's an amazing place. We've absolutely loved it. There's been a lot of work, a lot of fun times, a lot of memories down there, and it's been a huge part of our lives for sure.
What age did you get introduced into the outdoors?
Yeah, so my dad did not grow up hunting.
Yep.
We did not go hunting. I did not hunt with him growing up. I got introduced to the outdoors by my aunt and uncle.
Yep.
So my dad's sister, they had a little place in Grapeland, Texas. They had 27 acres.
Wow.
And they used to go down there on the weekends, and I was extremely close to them. I was born in Baton Rouge, but I moved to Texas when I was 11 years old. And so on weekends, they would go and they would ask me if I wanted to go with them, and I said yes. And my parents bought me a little motorcycle, a dirt bike, and I would throw it in the back of their truck, and I would go there, and I would wake up in the mornings, and I would look outside their trailer, and I would see deer walking around, and I just fell in love with the outdoors. My uncle let me borrow I asked my Uncle Jerry, I was like, can I borrow your 30-30 and go try to shoot a deer, you know? And he's like, of course. And I mean, I would go sit out there in the mornings.
How old were you at this point?
I was 12,
Okay.
I think, by myself.
Yeah.
And that's where it started.
Yeah.
Like literally, I didn't never kill anything.
Yep.
But, you know, for 4 or 5 years there until about the age of 14 or 15, I would go with them and I would just watch the animals, and I remember sitting out there and seeing a bobcat one morning and was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, and never got a shot at a deer, like I said. But then just, I think whenever I was about 18 years old, I got a chance with a man who I ended up buying my ranch in South Texas with. His name's R.D. Crumley. When I was 18, he asked me if I wanted to go hunting with him in San Angelo, Texas. And I killed my first whitetail with him. And I was hooked.
Yep.
I was hooked. I was hooked after that. And then my pitching coach for the New York Yankees, Mel Stottlemyre, he bought me my first bow and arrow, a PSE. When I got to the big leagues, whenever I was 22 years old, he was my pitching coach. And he said, you got to get into bow hunting. At that time I was only rifle hunting, and I have been obsessed with bow hunting ever since then.
Big Matthews guy now, though, right?
Exactly. Big Matthews guy.
Just make sure,
Yeah, big Matthews guy. But PSE was the
first bow that you had.
Yeah, maybe he just bought me a bow. It could have been Matthews. I'm not even quite sure.
That's great.
Personally, I have thoroughly enjoyed watching these boys hit the outdoors. The cinematography, the storytelling has been awesome, but the joy that they have shows through camera too. How proud are you, and how much have you enjoyed the Dude Perfect Outdoor videos thus far?
I'm so proud of them. I'll brag on them a little bit here. I don't brag on my boys much, but proud of them having the opportunity to do this. Proud of all you guys. Obviously we've been with you for about 11 years now, 10 years since we've met you, and you coming to the ranch and us going on hunting trips together, and proud of the way you guys have lived your lives. My two boys, proud of just the kids that they have been. They gave me and my wife absolutely zero trouble, growing up, and we thank the Lord for that. And what y'all are doing with these videos is absolutely amazing. I mean, from the Yankees, from, players on the Yankees that are watching it, from people just, my friends of mine are all watching it. I'm at my son Luke's, college game yesterday, and people that we're there with are saying they're watching it. And so it's just cool to see how, the outdoors just brings people together, man. And it happened for our family. I think it's happening obviously for millions around the country right now, people that are watching this. And it's been really cool to see how this thing has taken off. And I think God's got big plans for it, man. And I think we keep him in the center of all of it, and center of what we're trying to do, that he's going to honor it and bless it. And I've absolutely loved seeing him do it.
Very well said. Obviously, y'all have bonded in the great outdoors, no doubt about that. But any crazy, funny stories, maybe embarrassing, from any family hunting trips that we need to know about?
I think the only funny one that comes to my mind is that picture of Josh where
we were
I wasn't on this
Oh
hunt.
no, that picture's gonna get shown.
We'll have to
You're gonna need to see that.
we'll have to put it up on the screen.
We'll make sure we
Which
get
one
you
is
that.
it?
When
Bear
you're
Mountain.
mountain. So
Yeah.
I'll set the stage here.
His oxygen tank. He had his
Tell by the
oxygen-
laughs.
Jared was
I
okay.
wasn't here for
So
this
elk
one.
hunting, bow hunting usually takes place in September. Dad was always still playing. We've always heard how great elk hunting was. So it was like our very first elk hunt. Dad was retired. He was like, "Hey, for your graduation
Second
trip,
one.
second hunt.
Yeah.
For my graduation trip, he was like, "Hey, we're gonna take you on elk hunt. I'm done playing baseball. Like, let's go do it." So we go to the mountains of Colorado. It's like 11,000 feet up there, right? We're way up there, and we get there, and our guides are like, "Hey, we're gonna practice shooting our bows, but we're gonna act like your heart rates are super high. You're getting ready. So run up this mountain, get your heart rate to about 140, 150, then take a shot." This is the first 3 hours we're there, right? So we do it. I come back, and I think a couple of hours later, I looked at Dad, and I was like, "I don't feel right." Long story short, they have to go get an oxygen tank for me because I got a serious case of altitude sickness.
This is not his
and I
first
missed the
time,
first
though.
2 days
I'm
of
sending the
hunting.
picture to
This
Jared
was
right
his
now.
second- Dude, the amount of times he's gotten altitude
Yeah.
sickness is like, you can't even count anymore.
Yeah.
Like, anytime he goes on a hike in the mountains, he's down.
Yeah.
Like, for the count.
Josh definitely.
So I sent a selfie to my family, to Jared. I've got an oxygen tube around my nose, and I'm in our little shack of a cabin that we're staying in. I was just like missing the first 2 days of the elk hunt because I can't breathe.
He gets a little ambitious when we
Yeah.
get to the mountains. We had an incident also on one of our vacations,
Yeah.
and I think that's where we first probably found out. That might have been even before I'm not sure. That might have been before that hunt.
I think it was the year after, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we went on a hike again, out to, probably 10,000 feet, and Josh was very rambunctious and took off up the mountain. I think
he wanted to be
I was
first.
losing
He
my
wanted
wife.
to be
My
first,
wife was beating
yeah.
me up the mountain, and I was like, I'm not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
So he paid for it that night. Literally threw up
for hours.
Dude, we're playing
for hours.
cards. We were playing cards. Literally,
It was
he's like, we're playing
worst thing I've
mid-cards,
ever seen.
And then he like jumps up from the table and
No,
starts
you know what
throwing
happened?
up
I was
everywhere.
like, I'm not feeling good. And then my wife, Kate, looks at me and goes,
oh yeah.
Oh, that's all it took.
and I just
Oh,
Also, one of the weakest stomachs I've ever seen in
I can't
my
even brush
life
my teeth
with
without
Josh.
gagging.
Can't brush his teeth without gagging. Yeah.
The
No,
four-wheeler story, that was probably the craziest.
Yeah.
That's the craziest for sure.
That they were doing it. Airsoft battle, paintball.
Yeah,
they
we were
were playing
airsoft
airsoft war on it. Me and my dad and my cousin were going out on our hunt.
Yeah.
Like we're going out for the hunt, and I'll let you set the scene before because stuff happened before where that could have prevented that whole thing from happening.
Well, yeah, we get to the ranch, right? Everybody's excited. They're all ready. With Josh, all the cousins get down there. Josh is in.
This is Christmas break. This is like 3 days before Christmas. by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. So everybody comes down. Every year they all come down. A lot of kids, you're always just praying, Lord, just please watch over everybody. People are everywhere, and stuff like that. But kids, get there. Josh is in a Ranger right there, like in our driveway. And they're going crazy. Like the kids are just running around. They're like, we're gonna play airsoft guns, I'm like, hey, just relax and calm down. He throws the Ranger in reverse and runs over the flagpole, I think, right?
Yeah.
Before they even take
I
off.
was 14. I'm 14 years old.
This
by the
is-
way.
Yeah.
I'm 14.
There's no altitude sickness in
No
the
altitude
No,
sickness. No.
So he's sane, but just so right there, you're like something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, he was like, get off the thing. He was like, get off. He
Yeah.
was like, no, we're fine, Dad,
We're fine. And so we got cousins down there. One's on a four-wheeler. They're on the Ranger. They're chasing each other. Like Jared said, we were heading out to go hunting. And back then, the ranch was set up a little differently. It was just really thick. Like the roads would like intersect and the brush was like right on there. So you couldn't really see great. Like if someone was coming, you would never think, well, the kids end up crashing into each other, and it ended up being a very, very like serious crash. And like I said, Jared said, we were heading out on the ranch. My wife calls me, and she calls me just screaming. I've never heard her yell. She's like, Josh, and I mean, I just threw it in reverse.
Oh, dude, we were on two wheels.
I mean, I had little kids like
We were
on the
going, like,
top of our
80
high
miles
rack.
an
Yeah, and
hour,
I just
yeah.
said, hang on, to Jared and my niece and my nephews. We turned around and we have a big 7-acre pond. And when I was coming back from the ranch, we come into the open area where they got into the crash. And I mean, the four-wheeler, there's no tires on the four-wheeler. The Ranger that Josh was driving is on the nose. And I pull up to it and everyone's laying on the ground and everyone's hurt. My daughter's there. She's laying on the ground, Lexi crying. She can't get up. My niece is leaning up against the Ranger and gas is dumping out of the Ranger. It's running down on her. None of them can move. I mean, it was the worst experience of my life. And all I could remember is Laura yelling Josh. And I look down, I see a huge puddle of blood, and I knew it had to be Josh. So I told everyone, there's 5 people down there, and I'm like, y'all stay here, I'll be right back. Go up to the house, run inside, get the keys to my Suburban, and my sister-in-law's got Josh and has a towel wrapped around his head, and the towel is covered in blood. And so he ends up slicing his head open. He took 60 stitches in his head. And so I told her, just hold him. I ran down, loaded everyone up, picked all my 2 nieces, niece's boyfriend at the time, and my daughter Lexi, picked all them up, threw them in the back of the Suburban, and then loaded Josh up, and we headed to Pearsall, Texas, and we had to life flight him. Josh ended up taking 70 stitches in his leg, 60 stitches in his head. We had a broken hip, broken arm, broken ankle.
Somehow Clay, the boyfriend who was on the four-wheeler with no protection, got the least of it.
Unscathed.
He broke his ankle.
He tore a
Crazy how
ligament in
that
his ankle.
happens.
I think,
Yeah.
But we don't even know exactly what happened to Josh or how everything got busted up. I had a chainsaw and an axe in the back of the of the
Just things
of the
flying
Ranger.
around.
Yeah, things were flying everywhere.
You would have thought we were building a log cabin.
Yeah,
exactly. So anyhow, so that obviously was a horror story, from, but accidents are going to happen. Things are going to happen down there.
But we don't play airsoft down there
We don't
anymore.
play,
No more airsoft.
No
it's a one
airsoft
and done.
wars. And if they want to now, you could at least see in most spots where another vehicle is coming.
Yeah.
We've kind of opened it up really nice now and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
that was freaky.
yeah, those were. Other than that, we've had horses down there, and had a few accidents with some
thrown
horses. Had a few people thrown off, another broken arm stuff.
Josh's wife found somebody's finger, right?
Arm.
Yeah,
No, the bone.
The bone. Arm bone.
Arm was not gone.
Yeah, dude.
I remember
Yeah.
after Josh got in that wreck, I remember he finally came back and I was like, how old was I? I was
Yeah,
5th grade, I think.
10,
at that point.
9, yeah.
Yeah, you were young.
I was telling my parents, I'm never going to fight with him again, I promise. 2 weeks later, we're going at it.
All right, I'll fight with you.
yeah.
An
He's
arm
good.
bone, huh?
Yeah, my
my
cousin was driving the Ranger and he was going too fast. He flipped the thing. As it was turning over, he stuck his arm out.
Ooh.
And when he hit the
Yeah.
ground, his little graphic is literally part of his forearm shot out of his arm. And he went to the hospital and they were like, hey, there's a chance y'all could find that bone. So we went on a search committee and we go out there and I was like, there's no way. We're in the brush. There's no way. Within 5 minutes, my wife goes, I think I found it and picked it up. It is this big of a bone. He's got it still in a jar in his house, I think.
It's in a jar. That's great. Treat it like a 4-leaf clover. You got good luck because you found the arm bone in the field.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're a
that's
little
funny.
more careful driving around now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Those
turned
days
into
are behind
We've
us.
grown.
For
turned
the
into a
most part,
graphic episode.
we've been fairly safe down there.
Doesn't
sound like
super safe place.
Based off the 2 stories I heard, I don't know about all that. But
You want to come
It's
down.
definitely crazier stories than funny stories, I guess. Yeah.
Sure. I'm very much like you, though. I drove a 4-wheeler into a pond. Sorry to the Shadden family. I don't know if I ever officially apologized for that.
Good time to come clean.
And what else did I do? I went to Alma, Colorado, and got a horrible case of
Yeah,
altitude
dude. It's
sickness.
no
So,
joke.
yeah,
It's no joke.
I sympathize for
Yeah,
you.
you and Josh can hang out together. DPO videos.
Me and you
I
in
got you,
Colorado,
Robert.
dude. We can get sick together. Sounds awesome. Obviously, you boys know competition really well, so I think it's time to open it up for a game that we like to call Which Son? I'm going to ask some quick fire questions about your sons, Josh and Jared. And
He's not going to
let's
do
see how we
well.
answer. This is going to be great.
I think he's going to do really bad.
It's going to be like
Don't
you
let me look
facing the
back. Come on.
Dodger lineup right here.
Let's see. He's got a bad memory.
No doubt.
Which son got into trouble more?
I would say Josh.
Yeah. Easily.
And
Easily.
let me emphasize
Clarify.
this.
Yeah.
I would say that answering that question, not necessarily with me, I was gone
It's fair.
an awful lot.
Yep.
I mean, from, April until October, for most of their lives when I was playing that 18 years, my wife had them. So
Which is
that
why we don't know
answer,
how to do a
I
lot
would
of
say
things.
would be, I would say that answer would be based off of my wife calling and saying Josh is horrible.
That's fair. There we go. When I was about 17, I thought I ruled the roost.
Yeah.
So I was like,
You were fatherless.
I was-
dude. I mean,
He was fatherless. For
You'll
sure.
see in the log cabin video. This is why we
that's
don't
why y'all
know
don't know how to
things.
work tools. Your dad was gone. He was absent.
I was absent for sure.
Which son cried more?
Oh.
That's easy.
Gotta be
Jared.
Yeah.
big time, dude.
Yeah,
Big crier. Big crier.
Not anymore.
Like an emotional cry or pain?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
very emotional. Doesn't
Very
matter.
emotional.
When I was younger, I was very
He was
emotional.
very emotional.
I've lost a lot of
yeah.
my emotions.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's
He's
your cousin's wedding. It's not even your brother. It's all right. You don't gotta cry, man.
Y'all toughened him up a little bit. So.
Which son is the pickier eater?
Oh, I know.
That's got to be Josh.
Yeah.
What? No, because I don't like Taco Bell.
Yes, dude. Every time we're on a road trip, and we're trying to pick a spot.
Dude.
Me and Jared are like, dude, Taco Bell's great. Dairy Queen's great. Yeah. Wendy's sounds great. You're like, no,
Dude.
What? Again?
I only X the Taco Bell. I'm good with Wendy's and Dairy Queen.
It doesn't seem like that.
Come on.
I'm definitely
Jared's
picky.
such
He's
a
probably
picky
trying to be a little
eater.
healthier.
Yeah.
Jared's
Oh,
a
yeah,
pickier
dude, I'm so
eater than I
picky.
am. Yeah.
Not on
I
road
shovel
trips.
anything.
No,
in my
well,
mouth.
I like fast food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's a good one. Which son would you call to bail you out of jail?
Wow. The day Andy goes to jail, I want to see that.
I'm reliable.
That's crazy.
Is that because he's more likely to come through? Or he's got more.
He's going to cry and he'll be there quick.
I think he'd be more to come through. I guess
This is hurtful.
Josh will hit you with, hey, let me finish what I'm doing, then I'll
I
get
think
to
they
it.
both would get me. I don't know. Josh might take a little
days
longer.
later, yeah.
So I want somebody
I have a family.
get on it.
I got a family to tend
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
I answer the phone. He doesn't answer the phone.
Yes, that might help too. Yeah.
Which son was more of a ladies' man in high school? You can also answer neither.
In high school, I would say Josh.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I had my head on straight. I was worried about baseball.
But Jared had some middle school. I feel like,
Yeah,
like
dude.
some breakdowns.
That's where all the
Like,
crying was coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That he
middle
thought,
school
I think he
breakup.
thought he was
But
in
Jared
love
went to
at
a
young
high school with
age.
100 kids. I went with 1,000.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
A lot of
a
opportunity
little bigger
there.
pool.
Yeah.
Which son smells worse after playing sports?
Wow. That's a tough one. I can't.
He wasn't
really-
around.
Yeah.
Went around to sniff.
I was around football season. I was there, which I would think you would stink really bad, but
Pretty good hygiene for both
yeah,
boys?
yeah, really good. That really doesn't stand out to me at all.
So while we're on hygiene topic,
Yeah.
do you encourage your boys to use soap?
Good question, Jared.
Wow.
Tyler's-
I would
yeah.
encourage soap. Yeah, I would.
Tyler doesn't use
I
body soap.
haven't got to dive deep with Andy on the soap topic yet. We'll talk about that at the ranch later this year.
There we go.
Which son is always late?
Again, I feel like Josh is getting a little bit of a bad rap, but
That's okay. Just keep
I would
answering
say-
Josh.
I would say,
That's a fact.
I would say maybe Josh.
I feel
but
for Josh here,
it's-
though, because
it doesn't
Jared
s-
doesn't have kids
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
When
That's
you
why-
have
yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
there
Game
is no,
changer.
you're not on your time schedule
You're
anymore.
exactly-
Also,
you're
you ever-
exactly right.
You ever try to dress a 4-year-old girl that just wants to do it her way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I can imagine.
And I don't blame you for this one.
Yeah.
And so that's why I just said I feel like you're getting a little bit of a
Yeah,
bad
Yeah,
rap.
that's fair. I'm with you there. I got you.
And I think I prefaced how great you guys both
Yeah,
were.
no, I appreciate
He's not going to
that.
answer this next one clearly.
Yeah.
It's just a tough spot to put dad. I'll tell you what.
Oh, no.
Because this
Here we
one,
go.
this next
Here
one's
we
going to
go.
cause
He's not gonna
some
answer this one
controversy
clearly.
at
Oh, this
family
is
dinner
easy.
down in South
is-
Texas.
yeah.
Which son is the better outdoorsman?
This one's easy. Josh, of course.
Okay, that's a lie. You're lying.
He knew it all his way.
We knew it was coming.
that might be
easy.
recency bias based off this last
Let me hear the
video.
What he's doing,
explanation.
he's getting it done.
Let me hear the
Yeah, that's
explanation
right.
behind
Caught the
that.
first fish, didn't he? On
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
See?
Hey.
He's watching. He's watching the videos.
Video.
I caught the first fish. You caught the
okay.
The
biggest.
bigger one.
Hey, it's like the AP poll. It's always
Yeah.
changing. You know, have a good week, have
Yeah.
a next good
That's
video,
right.
and you'll probably move right
You're
back
only
up
as
to the
good as
one
your
spot.
last hunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which son is more of a mama's boy?
Oh, for sure, Jared.
Baby Jared.
Yeah.
Baby Jared.
I love my
Yeah.
mom.
And again, to be fair to Josh, though, Josh has been married for
Yeah.
9 years,
10 years.
10 years
Yeah.
now.
Okay,
But I
so
still love my mom.
We were talking about when
Yeah,
we were growing
of
up,
course.
dude. Not now.
But you know, these questions
Still a mama's boy.
That's good.
are all these questions just when they were younger kids.
It's all encompassing.
Yeah.
I would say
Jared.
I'd say
Yeah, it was
Jared,
definitely
100%.
That's good. Last one. Which son gives better gifts?
I don't think either one of them are any good at
I'm a
that.
terrible. I'm a terrible.
I'm not good at it.
You'll excel at that?
Not
Yeah.
big gift guys.
I'm not
Yeah,
good at it.
and I'm terrible at it too. So I'm sure they got that from me too.
Yeah. We didn't have anyone to teach us.
Yeah,
You know?
their lack of a dad.
I've got to ask before we head out. Does mom partake in the outdoors too?
She does. She has hunted a lot over the last few years. She's definitely backed off. Just she's more of a babysitter now. But she loves it. She shot her first deer when my daughter when she was pregnant with my daughter Lexi. And so what's that? 25, 26 years ago now? Yeah. So she enjoys it. She goes down there. She loves being down at our ranch, but she doesn't go out and hunt. I would say probably over the last 5 or 6 years like she used to. But she'll still occasionally go out there and shoot one. My wife is an amazing shot. She has probably killed 20 deer at our ranch and has never made a bad shot.
Wow.
It's pretty incredible.
You see that with the girls a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
really?
There's studies behind
Yes.
it.
That's actually because women shoot the 3-ball. I think better than the guys too. I've always thought that. Is that shooting? So that wouldn't surprise me. Wow. Whoa.
Wow.
That's our 2-minute warning, Andy. Thank you for joining us first and foremost. It's a good chance where we get an opportunity to rant about something. And I actually have one today. I'm interested about your opinion. My rant today is I saw online this weekend that people were being very critical of a grown man who had brought his mitt to a ball game. And it frustrated me. It obviously lingered with me to the point
As a
where
guy who brings his mitt.
He's a guy who brings, and I'm sitting there pounding. I'm always ready for action, and I've never caught one. But I thought, man, that feels very harsh. This guy's at a ball game with a mitt, enjoying himself. As a society, I feel like we are quick to put down people who are having fun. I mean, you're talking about a man who's just there to enjoy a baseball game. And so I thought I'd bring that up. Where do you stand on that? Grown man, baseball mitt in the crowd. You got any issues with that? Any qualms?
The balls are flying into the crowd.
See, these are coming from people who weren't there during the non-net days, too.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw some bullets in our days.
Like he might be trying to protect his kids. Like you never know, and he might just want a foul ball.
Yeah.
I
don't blame
and
him.
you got a better chance to catch one if you got a mitt than not one. So I got no problem with that at all.
I got a huge issue with it.
Of course you do.
Oh, yeah. I got a big issue with it.
I'm on the side with a glove. I don't want a broken hand.
Your pro glove.
Yeah.
At a ball game? Yeah.
I actually caught a foul ball whenever I went to a game in the Astrodome. Kevin Bass, foul ball, put my hand up, bare hand, caught it when I was like 14 years old.
Special.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I've never caught one.
No, yeah, that was a sore subject because we talked about one of my quest videos I want to do is go to a major league game and catch a foul ball because I've
Until
been
you
to
catch
over
one.
200. I've caught balls in BP. I've done that. I've never had an in-gamer, home run or foul ball, and I've come close. At one time, I chickened out on an Ian Kinsler line drive. I stood up and got down, and that replays in my head. So
Smoke the lady behind you.
I'm going to confidently continue to bring my mitt, and I'm going to eventually make a play. I'm going to eventually make a play. Well, thank you, Andy. Everybody give it up. Andy Pettitte.
So good.
We'll be back next Wednesday with an all-new app. Follow the show on all socials at Almost Athletes. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars. Share with a friend. It's greatly appreciated. Almost Athletes with Dude Perfect is a Wave original. Thanks for tuning it in. Put this man in the Hall of Fame. Pound it. Noggin.
See ya.